Welcome to Not the 9 to 5,
the podcast for freelancers by freelancers.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Francesca.
Coming up on today's episode, plucking a number out of thin air and going, that's my price.
Do some research, do some background. What are people charging for the work that you want to do?
20% of your income is going to go into your tax pot, isn't it, everyone? We deserve holidays, but we don't get holiday pay, so you need to be factoring that in when you're pricing yourself.
Treat yourself.
No, I was going to say you get ill.
Oh, yeah, that as well, yeah. Like create a rate card on Canva. You can make a pretty one.
Love Canva.
Love Canva.
And you're worth it.
And you got to pay.
So worth it.
You got to pay for quality.
On with the show. Before we get into the episode, Francesca, I just want to let everyone know. What do you think I want to let them know?
Well, they've got to subscribe to our
They've
channels.
got to subscribe to our channel. What else have they got to do?
They need to follow us on social media. We've got a TikTok and Instagram at nottheninetofivepod.
We do. We also have a WhatsApp community group called Freelancing Advanced. You can join it via the link in our bio. Oh, how's that for some promotion?
I love that. That was actually so smooth as well. Like, well done, Katheryn.
Thanks so much. I am a paid presenter.
I can tell. So, you can tell. So back on our mini-sodes.
Mini-sodes.
This is episode 2 of our mini-sode series.
So we're just going to give you some tips today.
Yeah, some quick tips.
On pricing and money.
I think when you're starting out, it's really key to look for like industry rates. Do some research. Do some background. What are people charging for the work that you want to do? Yeah. And then you can like make a judgment based on that with what you should charge. Does that make sense?
Absolutely does. Absolutely does. There's always going to be some research that you'll have to do for your prices. Like, just don't make the mistake, and it's something I definitely did at the start of my career, was going,
yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, I can do that. Or
in the words of Katheryn
just
Siggers.
plucking a number out of thin air and going, that's my price.
Yeah.
Because when you first start your career, you don't feel worthy enough to charge... No. Like, even if you do some research, like, you do not feel worthy enough to charge it. So I think just don't ever price yourself too low, but also when you do first start out, make sure it's like within industry standard, if not a little bit lower, if you really want the work.
Some professions have unions, like actors have equity, film people have BEC2, APA, all of these unions. Go to them and see what the standard rates are per day that you should be charging. And obviously, like, you can alter it depending on the client, depending on like what they need. Like, maybe you can give them a package. I don't know, but like, do your research. That's key. Do your research, number one, before you start plotting out numbers because you want the client.
Absolutely. I also think it's a good idea to factor in your taxes and your downtime when you are thinking about your rates. I remember Amy Nicholson. She said that she charges more to factor in the lack of what's it called, like benefits within income.
And benefits for freelancers.
For freelancers, because we don't have holiday pay, we don't have sick pay, we don't have any of that.
Yeah, true.
So it's a really good idea that you factor that in. So always 20% of your income is going to go into your tax pot, isn't it, everyone? It's going to go into your tax pot,
I think we
into
both
your
learned this
savings
the hard
account.
way. Yeah.
And then the rest is technically your money, but then you have to factor in for that downtime when you want to take a holiday, because we deserve holidays, but we don't get holiday pay, so you need to be factoring that in when you're pricing yourself.
Yeah.
And also, you know, from time to time, we do have to take time off.
Treat yourself.
No, I was going to say you get ill.
Oh, yeah, that as well, yeah. Not me thinking... Treat yourself. Go to the shops. You can use that extra income for this and that. No, don't genuinely though, like save the money if you can.
Save that money, because then you can treat yourself if at the end of the tax year you're all right and you're like, I've got a couple of thou left over.
Couple of
thou. A couple of thou.
I've never heard of that. A couple of thou. Did you just make that up?
Me and my mum say it all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
thou. I've never come across it.
Or maybe it's a Kent thing, because I'm pretty sure everyone in my family would say thou.
Never heard of it. It has not really gone across to the
west.
Hasn't
graduated over the river, has
it?
Wow, there we go.
But I would say the next thing is don't be afraid to raise your rates once you do kind of become a bit more established, or you know, things are changing, you're getting more clients in, that kind of stuff. Like, I think we all get a bit scared to like go, actually it's a new year now, say January comes, I think you reassess all your
100%.
like pricing.
Well, I would say April, because that's the new tax year.
Or that.
That's
I was just thinking New Year, New You.
But no, I get you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're very spiritual.
Thank you. I know. But yeah, in that sense, like, just have a look at how much you've been charging, what kind of work you've been doing. Yeah. Have you been working late hours, like into the night, into the weekends? Mm-hmm. If that's the case, why don't you raise your prices by 10% maybe, or 5%, whatever you feel is like worthy.
Yeah.
And just and just have a rate card, like create a rate card on Canva. Can make a pretty one.
Love Canva.
And then just send that across to people and say, look, this is a new year, this is my new rates, let me know. We can always negotiate, but this is kind of my starting point.
Yeah, definitely. I think, I mean, clients that you will have some clients that will be like, hang on, but you've charged X amount for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Why come? But you have to like justify. You do sometimes have to justify yourself and say, look, I have X amount of years of experience. I've worked on these projects. I am worth the money that I'm asking. Some clients will expect that. I actually had that recently.
Yeah.
Because I did a job and like a voice acting job, and they were like, but we didn't pay you this much 2 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, but I hadn't done all the things I've done now 2 years ago.
And also, like, you have to pay for your equipment that you're getting,
exactly.
like your laptop, your Wi-Fi, like running costs, right? Running costs
absolutely.
actually deliver a good product.
And I was like, and they said in the email, we know this is how you make your money, however, and I was like, yes, it is how I make my money.
God.
And also, you need to pay me for a usage license. I hate it when people try and get out of usage license. I can't even say usage license.
Yeah.
However, that is me just going off on a tangent. I do think it's worth, like, even me, like, we're almost 6 years into our freelancing careers, which is mad. But even now, I'm like, but you have to pluck up the courage and do it.
You do.
Because it's worth it. You're going to get more money in the long run. So and you're worth it.
And
you got to pay. So worth it.
You got to pay for quality. That's all I'm saying.
You have to pay for quality. I think the last thing really that is important to touch on is offering packages instead of an hourly rate. I think it's important that, because when you charge your hourly rate, sometimes you won't actually get as much money as you think you're going to get, or that you're worth. So instead of, like, say for example, a graphic designer says, I can make you a logo for £300, right? But it only takes them an hour to do it. Well, their quid's in, right? Whereas if they'd have said, I'm going to charge you £100 an hour, and it only takes them an hour,
then they're at a loss.
They're £200 down, and they've just made this beautiful creation.
It's a great example,
for your
actually, Katheryn.
Thank you.
Another good example. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're so welcome.
So do our listeners. So
I hope so. I do hope so. So let us know in the comments whether you've used any of these in your freelancing life, how it's helped you, if it's helped you, and we'll see you in the next episode.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Catch you later. Follow us for more freelancing tips and advice.
And don't forget to join our WhatsApp community, Freelance and Advanced.
See you next time, everyone.